Hello and welcome to Hair Diary Day 19. And today what we're gonna do variation of yesterday's fishtail, but this time it's gonna be done like in this picture. So the only difference that we're gonna need to do is basically, okay, they say start by pulling on your plait gently to loosen it. Take the hair below the nape of the neck and tuck it under and into your plait. Then secure it in place with hair grips. Finish off the look with medium hold hairspray. Right, so I'm gonna start the way I did yesterday. I think today it's gonna, I hope it's gonna go smoother, because yesterday I felt like I had some trials and errors, as I do now because of my setting. I get some things falling into where my basically air conditioner water comes out. I know. Anyways, okay, so to start the whole thing is you basically are supposed to brush the hair back like yesterday, like little tiny bits from the front, but this time I'm actually gonna make it a little bit higher. I'm gonna have a ponytail slightly higher because I think that will give my hair more space to tuck the stuff under. Because otherwise I'm afraid, because my hair is pretty long, that I will not be able to get the whole fishtail thing under the nape part where you're supposed to. Okay. So I'm just gonna tie my hair up again. This time I'll try to do it strong because I think yesterday it lost its grip. Ooh. And therefore it became a little bit looser than I wanted it to become. And it looks like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you how it looks like from the back at the moment, like this. I need to really start using mirror now, because I noticed that sometimes I do my hair back and then it's actually not very it doesn't really fall very smoothly at the back. But since this is something that I do in my lunchtime, I'm like, yeah. Okay, so divide the hair in two parts and then do it like we did yesterday. So what we do is, now I think I learned my lesson. When we cross the hair across like this, we need to take it from the bottom, so from under. So we keep on taking the hair from under the ponytail. Under the ponytail. And then we just keep on doing that until it's done. So I did most of it off camera, and this time I really done it. Look, I went all the way to the end bit, and like yesterday, once I was able to kind of pull it in the front and do it from the front, I was like, yeah, just pushing it to the front and doing it. So actually now and this time I was like, benefits and advantages of a fishtail versus normal, fishtail plait versus normal plait is fishtail is never ending. You're like, it's kind of like an end here, and then you keep on doing, oh, that's another 30 moves here. So look, it looks like that from the back. And I personally think it's better what it was yesterday. So it shows how quickly we learn. And the next part is this. We take this part out. In instructions, we are supposed to kind of like do like a string here and then cut it. But I don't really want to do that. Okay, so now it's really loose. But that's what I wanted because I'm gonna have to put all of my plait under and kind of like create this what is it called? Fishtail Plait Updo, it's called. So now you're supposed to take this and kind of like wrap it and tuck underneath. Right? Okay. Let me check. Yep, it's tucked underneath, but I don't really see any fishtail pattern going on. Okay, well, I'm just going to secure it. Maybe actually I've done it too loose. It is entirely possible. I think in this case I'm gonna have to use these bobby pins. You know what? Because I'm without glasses, I can't actually see. Is it done or not? So I'm using some bobby pins, and I'm just kind of like putting it in. Well, actually I can feel that my hair is not going to hold that, so I'm going to go for this diversion, which is these huge clips. So I'm just going to go with the hair grips. And I'll just kind of clip everything in place. And see if I can see any pattern now. I don't see much of a pattern going on, to be honest. Okay, well, I guess in my case it's gonna be a hidden Fishtail Plait Updo, and I'm just adding extra grips because I want this to last till the end of the day at least, and if I do any less, it's not going to. And that's that for today. Yeah. Now, part where I talk about my mood. So today I feel kind of like yesterday what happened. I had a conversation with my sister, which I had talked for a very long time. We had quite long big conflict, and not to kind of like just you know, like give any details, but just, you know, the purpose is to be authentically talking about feelings. It's like I felt very kind of like isolated and shut down for a very long time, you know, like when you want to make up, but other person doesn't want to make up. What can you do? I got this food today. And yesterday we finally talked after so many months, and you know what, it was hard, it was really hard, but it was also very big relief. And then the rest of the day actually felt very like, you know, when you find out that the person that you really didn't want to hurt, you did hurt, and then you kind of need to take responsibility for that. When I talk about responsibility, I don't talk about blame or anything, but responsibility, like to admit the fact that you did in fact, or your actions in fact, made somebody feel bad, hurt somebody. It takes really kind of like a adult person attitude, and it takes capacity to feel shame, they say. And they say your capacity to have a relationship equals your capacity to feel shame. Why is that? because most of the people, they cannot really accept other person's reality, because they think if I'm gonna accept reality of the other person, that means I admit I've done something wrong. I didn't think that I was doing anything wrong, therefore I'm not gonna accept this reality, because if I'm going to, that means I'm a bad person in that scenario. So therefore lots of people, they kind of like, whenever they faced with some kind of conflict situation, they become very defensive because they have no capacity to feel shame. Why people don't have capacity to feel shame? Because they have lots of internalized shame already. So it's kind of like an overflow. I read a book about shame probably about a year ago. It was a very long book. I listened to it. It was audio book, and it was about toxic shame and how toxic shame, if not addressed, it translates into all sort of addictions and dysfunctions. What to do with the hair on that side? And yeah, if once you start healing the toxic shame, and you know the shame is not necessarily because you've done something bad, it's just that you were made to feel that way when you were a child, and then you internalize that and you never really resolve that. That's why I'm so passionate about emotional integration. And basically now internally you just have this shame about yourself, about, you know, like not shame about what you've done, but about shame who you are. So lots of people have that, lots and lots of people have that. And you know, people who have that the most, they have the least capacity to feel the shame, so they are most defensive. And it just, you know, like when one person tries to speak to another person and then the other person is on defensive, there's no conversation going on. It's just like loud voices going on. So there is no resolution going on. There is no dialogue going on. So I tried not to be that person and not to be indefensive and kind of like be in a very kind of open listening place. And yeah, I think I did understood her point of view, and it was very difficult to, you know, like accept that it was kind of like, you know, her reality, and it was like I was playing the part of the bad guy in her reality. But so yesterday I was feeling kind of like low, that I had to be that for her. But I slept, and this morning I've done some yoga, and you know, like I think this emotional charge of that has integrated properly. I don't think I was suppressing it or anything. And today I feel like it's time to get back to work again, and I was making my strategy plan on my next campaign, and I am feeling very excited about it, hopeful and excited about it. So I say my mood right now is 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. Is 8.5 accurate? Maybe 7.5 is more accurate. But yeah, so that's that. And you know, like I hope that you are also having a good Monday. Whatever happened yesterday, I hope you managed to kind of take it, process it, and start again. And if you haven't, then a sleep is a good idea. A sleep is reset. A sleep is reset, and then after that you feel refreshed. Take a break, rest, and then start again. Thank you for watching. Bye.